what had happened was my first love triangle was in high school. The first one I was aware of. I think there were times where I was in a love triangle, but it didn't quite occur to me. Anyways, I'm so sorry that I took so long to respond to your comment. I was just waiting until I would do makeup like I did in the last video because it looks super nice and I just wasn't about it. But I gave you some lipstick, so here we go. Love triangle. My first love triangle. Oh gosh. So embarrassing. Because it was with two white people, not because they're white, just because they acted. Oh. And by that I mean the girl and the guy. Well, the girl, she did that let me hold your hand while I say this. And this is before that phrase was a thing. It was just you would just do it. Just gently hold someone's hand and say, I think you're just too sensitive about the N word. People should be allowed to say it. And I was so miserable at the thought that he would choose her as a partner. This was definitely a pick me time in my life. Very embarrassing, very embarrassing. Anytime I'm in a love triangle with two white people, it's very embarrassing. And he he was really into me. He was really into me. He gave me the best gifts. He remembered something I said about loving sniffable stickers and got that for my birthday. And he remembered how I always wanted a puppy. So he got me a stuffed animal dog. I think it was a golden retriever. It was like whatever dog I said that I wanted, he got. And that was really sweet. And we couldn't be together because he was white. And one of the rules in my household was I wasn't allowed to date white people. And we secretly attempted to date. That wasn't great. The consequences of that were terrible. My best friend threw me a surprise birthday party and invited him and my stepfather, and that did not go well. It ended in sobs. It ended in a breakup because there was a guy in our school that also had his name, and I pretended that I was seeing the guy in our school. He looked like Chris Brown. This was before Chris Brown, you know, was Chris Brown before he hit Rihanna. And I'm not laughing at the hitting. I'm just laughing at how much has changed. And so I was so sad. And then he did not take it well. This is where the whiteness comes in because he did not understand the consequences I was facing from being caught dating a white guy. He was just like, oh, you would rather be with a black guy, huh? Because then I did hook up with the other guy with the same name. I did hook up with the Chris Brown. Anyways, that was later. But yeah, he got really upset about that. And yeah, cuz he saw me coming out the closet with the guy. Yeah, that was kind of bad, but anyways, he also said something like, "Oh, slave masters love their slave," and it's something really messed up. So I was like, "Ah, oh, gosh, this was never gonna work out, anyways." But before all that, I thought of maybe trying to secretly date again. I was just still having feelings for him later on because I was like, oh my gosh, I care about him so much. We still have this chemistry or whatever. Mm. And I was friends with this girl. This was again before the hand holding. Let me hold your hand when I say this. And she was like, you should tell him how you feel. I didn't even know I was in a love triangle. Because tell me why I visit my grandmother in Virginia. I'm talking to him on the phone because we talk on the phone because we're close like that. And he said something, I can't remember exactly what he said. And I thought, wait a second. That sounds like something that chick would say. Wait, why were you guys talking like that, so close, so intimately? And he said, we're together. And I was like, oh, when did this start? 2 weeks ago. You mean to tell me this heifer told me to tell you how I feel? And you guys are already together. Fuck her. Fuck her so bad. I couldn't believe it. Years later, I asked, I don't know, it was years later or like a year later, I asked him, why did you choose to be with this? So many words that are insulting to women. I won't say because I'm not hating on women, just on this individual. No, I don't hate her. She was a teenage girl. It just, mm-mm. But yeah, she was like unnecessarily cruel. And he said, because she's really confident. Now, to be fair, yeah, I do lack confidence. The fact that I would even indulge these individuals proves that I lack confidence. He was really great though. I really feel like he was under this spell from her, and I don't understand what it was because she was so mean to him. Honestly, he was also suffering from, low self esteem because the way she was mean to him was so publicly humiliating. It was just not cool. It was not cool, guys. And I mean, I also picked people who didn't like me, who liked to be mean to me. I couldn't even fathom how much he liked me, how kind he was, and how sweet he was. Again, this is before he said the thing about slave owners. Yeah, he was like a white boy working on a farm. He's a farm boy, and he'd work on the farm, then he'd run to my house and to talk to me. No, he was so sweet, and we would like cuddle under the stars. It was like some really sweet romantics that probably like some of the most romantic stuff that's ever happened in my life happened with him, which is still kind of depressing. I understand. And if you knew my life, you would also understand how even more depressing it is than I can even convey. Anyways, but I still wish him the best. I hope he realizes that historically speaking, the slaves didn't have a choice. Like, not even historic. That's just the definition of a slave is just someone who has no free will, who cannot exercise their right, their free will. Yeah. So that was the first terrible love triangle. Let me know if you'd like a series of all my terrible love triangles where we've got the white love triangles, we've got the Asian love triangles, we've got the black love triangles, we've got the mixed love triangles, we've got very international love triangles. I've been in quite a few.